Welcome back to the channel, everybody.
Yeah, hi, welcome back to the channel.
So we're heading back to Las Vegas, and we figured we would do a little conversation.
Yeah, we'll have a little chat. A little fireside chat without the fire.
Sure, without the fire, yeah. So we want to talk about the Fab 50. The 50 statues, well, really 36, that they're going to be put across Disney World.
For the 50th anniversary.
I guess some have been installed, but not all of them. And we're going to talk a little bit about, I think, our favorites so far.
Mm-hmm. So, just in general, they're putting statues in all 4 parks. So, they're not all going to be in one park. They're all kind of spread out a little bit. So, they'll be in Magic Kingdom. Some will be in Epcot. Some will be in Hollywood Studios. And some will be in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. And most of them are in Magic Kingdom, though. The majority of them do reside in Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna talk about our favorite ones.
Yeah, so come tag along with us today as we discuss the best statues.
Yeah, the Fab 50 statues.
We want to go over a few of the characters that are in the Fab 50 or Fab 36 as it being statue-wise. Let's start with the Magic Kingdom. You have the Fab 5, you got the Mickey, the Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Pluto, and Daisy. So you got those characters to start with. Then you move on to the Chip and Dale. You have Jack and Gus from Cinderella. You have Lady and the Tramp. You have Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. You have Dumbo and Timothy Mouse. Kind of interesting that they chose Timothy Mouse to be with Dumbo. I thought that was kind of an interesting choice. The Mad Hatter, Tinkerbell. That's, I think, pretty obvious that they're going to go with Tinkerbell. The Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. Pinocchio. Lumineer and Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast. You got Abu from Disney's Aladdin. You have Stitch, which isn't really fully Stitch, it's just his head eating a 50 coin. That's kind of a little disappointing for me for his...
That's a strange choice
for Stitch. Yeah, I agree. I think they would show his whole body, right? I mean, it's not even that big. And then you have the Orange Bird. I'm really happy they included the Orange Bird. I think that's kind of cool. Very sort of Florida-y connection to it, too. And that rounds out the Magic Kingdom.
It's an interesting choice for the Magic Kingdom. I feel like again, there's a lot of supporting characters, not a lot of main characters, and not a lot, other than Orange Bird, that I feel like really, in the Fab 5, that really contribute.
Yeah, you knew the Fab 5, so that's kind of like a common, like, you knew that was going to happen. And the other real connection you're right is Orange Bird. And the majority of the statues are in Magic Kingdom, so as we go through the rest of them, they're going to be a little bit less. And then we move to Epcot. We got the Amazing Figment. We got Pui and Hey Hey. P-U-A, Pui. It's the pig and the rooster from Moana. They're really cute. Then you got Miguel and Dante.
I do like that. That's a good duo. I really like Coco.
To be fair, that's one of the leading characters. It's one of the statues that is actually a leading character with Miguel. You got Rocket and Baby Groot. So you got Rocket with Baby Groot on his shoulder. And then you have Olaf and Bruni from the most recent Frozen. And Bruni is the little fire creature that looks like a lizard.
Which is so cute. He is cute. I did really like Frozen too.
So I have to say, I think Epcot has the cutest statues though, between Olaf, because I do love Olaf, and Bruni. And then you have Baby Groot, and you got Dante. I love Dante from Coco. And then of course Pui and Hey Hey. They're both cute too. And Figment is cute in his own way.
Agreed. I think Epcot has probably the best diversity of characters that I like.
Yeah, agreed. And it even has less statues, which is kind of weird, but I feel like if I was only going to go to one park and see statues, I would probably choose Epcot, yeah. So then we go to Disney's Hollywood Studios. We have Edna Mode. We have Joe Gardner, who is from the most recent one, Soul, yes. He was the piano player.
Which was a really good movie. If you haven't seen it yet, I was actually pretty blown away by it. I did enjoy the movie Soul. It definitely, they did a great job with it, story-wise.
For being a Disney Plus release, I think that actually, it wasn't really a movie theater release, so I think that gives us some prop to it. It was a really solid movie. Woody and Bo Peep, no surprise there. I am surprised that they don't have Buzz Lightyear. I am surprised that he didn't get a statue.
Yeah, why Woody and why Buzz? Like, I mean, Woody is a given, but why Bo Peep?
Yeah, Bo Peep doesn't come into the second movie.
Yeah.
And is really a secondary character. I would say Woody and Buzz are the two main characters. And at the end of Toy Story, the last one, Buzz is the only toy left for the little girl. So it's really weird.
And she's not really featured in Hollywood Studios. I mean, there is a meet and greet with her and Woody, but like outside of that, she's not really a feature at Hollywood Studios. So
yeah, I was thinking Jessie and not Bo Peep, so that's why I said the second movie. She's actually in the first, but still, she disappears for a bunch of movies and then comes back.
Yeah,
it's weird. That's just weird. It's a weird choice. I get Woody. I'm not 100% on the Bo Peep. Then you got R2-D2. You got BB-8. So those are your two Star Wars connections. Again, I would like to see more Jedis. Like, the point of Star Wars for most people are Jedis.
yeah.
So I'm not sure why.
Or
you
even
didn't
like a stormtrooper.
Yeah, right. Or even somebody from like the Empire, because the First Order doesn't exist. Then you have Sebastian and Flounder from The Little Mermaid. Cute. And Frozone from The Incredibles. So out of all the Incredibles, you pick Frozone.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't like him. I like Samuel L. Jackson's character in the movie. He's not really in the second one very much. They pick Frozone. I kind of get it from their diversity perspective. I can see it from that perspective. But just an interesting choice there with Frozone. I'd rather see Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu, personally.
Yeah.
You're going to throw him in there.
That's true.
Then you have Animal Kingdom, which really has only 4 statues, kind of a little bit underrepresented if you ask me, but it is the newest of the park, so maybe that's why, because it's not really as old as the rest of them. You have Timon and Pumbaa. You have Nemo and Dory from Finding Nemo, which essentially you have Nemo and Dory and not his dad too, because his dad and Dory pretty much hang out together. Nemo really doesn't hang out with Dory that much in the movies.
Nope.
Then you got Simba. I think that's an easy choice. He's the star of the movie. I'm not sure if it's the older Simba or the newer Simba. I haven't seen the pictures, but you'll see it in the overlay when we do it. I'll look that up. It's kind of interesting, the Simba character. And then you got Bambi and Thumper. So a classic, which, you know.
But Bambi, like, to be honest, Bambi's not represented in the parks at all.
Yeah, that's what kind of fascinates me. She's not in Animal Kingdom at all. Maybe in like a statue somewhere on the tree, you might be able to see a deer. But really, there's no rides for them. There's no meet and greets or anything. There's no anything really associated with it.
Well, and in Animal Kingdom, it seems like they went with Simba and Timon and Pumbaa, so they went with 3 characters from The Lion King.
Right.
I feel like that's the most that any movie got out of any of the statues.
Yeah.
Because for The Incredibles, you got Edna Mode and Frozone.
Yeah. And you got 2 Star Wars characters.
Yeah, I think everybody else just got 2 characters from every main movie except for The Lion King. They got 3, which is interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, technically, if you look at it, they consider Timon and Pumbaa 1 statue. So technically, they got 2 statues with 3 characters. Again, kind of lazy with the 36 instead of 50. I think it kind of boils down to that too.
Agreed.
So, and that's your Fab 50 that span the parks. Now we're going to go into sort of our favorites.
Yeah.
So stay tuned and we'll let you know which of the parks we have a favorite in each park.
Yeah. Alright, so let's start off this chat. I guess we'll start with Magic Kingdom. And what statues are our favorites in Magic Kingdom?
Yeah. So what's your favorite in Magic Kingdom?
So I think my favorite statues out of all of the ones that will be in Magic Kingdom is Jack and Gus, or as Gus likes to call himself, Gus. And they are the 2 mice from Cinderella who help Cinderella basically accomplish her goals in the movie, I guess you could say. They're basically like her best friends and they are like the cutest. And for me, I like Gus because he's always after the cheese and he's always like stacking it like too much, and then like he gets the last little wedge in there and it's just like it always fails for him, but he never gives up trying to get the cheese. And if you're familiar with Cinderella, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
So that's 1 statue, by the way. So the Gus and Jock are just 1 statue. I think my favorite for Magic Kingdom is Pluto. Actually, that would probably be my favorite. I always loved Pluto. He's a cute puppy, and I like the statue of him just kind of sitting on all fours, hanging out. So I think that would probably be my favorite, Pluto. A close runner-up would be Orange Bird, just because it's more Florida-based, and that's going to be in Magic Kingdom too. And I like sort of that connection of that the whole idea of why it was made to help sell oranges and stuff, and I find that interesting too. But if I had to pick a favorite, I think it would be Pluto.
I think it's interesting with the Orange Bird. I always picture Orange Bird in Epcot because I feel like they all, granted there's the Orange Terrace in Magic Kingdom, but like I feel like when they promote the Orange Bird in like promotional things, I always feel like I see him in Epcot. So I think it's interesting that they're placing him in Magic Kingdom just because I feel like they promote Orange Bird at like Food and Wine, Flower and Garden.
No, I agree. I actually associate Orange Bird a little bit more with Epcot, but you know they're placed in Magic Kingdom, so that's kind of why we went there. And then for Epcot, so speaking of Epcot, what is your favorite statue in Epcot?
I think my favorite statue for Epcot is Figment. I really enjoy the Figment attraction. I really enjoy the story behind Figment and how he was like an original character that was supposed to be the mascot of Epcot. And I feel like Disney's kind of come away from that in a sense. Like we don't really talk about the history of Figment and the Dreammaker and just that whole background, that whole story is just really kind of cool and imaginative, and we just don't really see that right now with current day Disney. So I really like Figment.
I agree, actually, that would be my favorite. I think Figment is the representation of Epcot. I think he always should be, and I'm glad to see that they made a statue for him and put him out there because he's that important, you know. I mean, he was supposed to be the mascot. I feel like he still should be, and I don't think they used him as the mascot anymore. I feel like he's very underappreciated, and I think his ride needs actually a little bit of a refurb too. So I think that for me, in Epcot, it's got to be Figment. It's got to be Figment.
Agreed.
So what about Hollywood Studios?
So Hollywood Studios, I think, had a little bit more that I was interested in. Like, there's Edna Mode. I really like the
Classic
Incredibles.
Character.
Yeah, I really like the Incredibles movie, and we finally got to ride the Incredicoaster, which I realize isn't Disney World, but that was really cool seeing that. So I'm a big Edna Mode fan because she's just fashionable and she's successful, and she's not somebody who's like somebody who has to have kids, which is kind of like this whole new trend, I feel like, where people are like childless and enjoy Disney. So she just kind of embodies that persona for me. You know, she's successful and she holds her own, and she doesn't care about anything except for capes. No capes. So
I'm kind of surprised they haven't actually put an Incredibles ride in Magic Kingdom, especially with the whole refurb to the hotel, making it Incredibles. I'm really surprised they haven't done anything more with the Incredibles at Disney World. But Edna Mode's definitely a classic. For me, I think it's R2-D2. He is the sort of storyteller of Star Wars until, of course, the Go Trash stuff that Disney actually put out. He was really the storyteller. He was there from the beginning all the way to the end. And he's my favorite little droid. He's probably one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. So I'm excited to see the R2-D2 Fab 50. And I think that he deserves it far more than BB-8. I don't understand why BB-8's there. I don't understand that.
It's cute, but yeah, BB-8 hasn't been there since the beginning.
I just don't understand why. Of all the characters they could have chose, they chose 2 Star Wars characters. One was really good. The other one kind of like, why are you choosing that character is what I would say.
Yeah.
And you had a second one for Hollywood Studios that you liked too.
My second one for Hollywood Studios is Sebastian and Flounder, because like Cinderella, I grew up with The Little Mermaid, and The Little Mermaid is one of my favorite Disney cartoons. It's interesting that there's a lot of sidekicks in these statues. There's not a lot, because you've got like Timon and Pumbaa, you've got Jacques and Gus Gus, you've got a lot of side characters and not main characters. But out of all the side characters that they have at Hollywood Studios, I will say Sebastian and Flounder, because they back up my homegirl Ariel. I definitely show a little love to them. So yeah, have the Ariel musical attraction that's at Hollywood Studios, which I'm not quite sure what they're doing with right now at this point in time, because I think they have not brought back the live Little Mermaid show to Hollywood Studios. So I can understand why they put him there, because there isn't a Little Mermaid attraction in Hollywood Studios. But again, it's not really going right now, and it's kind of weird. So clearly this decision was probably made before COVID.
Yeah, probably. And then the last park we have is Animal Kingdom. And Macy didn't pick anything for Animal Kingdom. She didn't really care for any of them.
No, I couldn't. They're all good characters, don't get me wrong, because Disney is Disney. I love all things Disney, but I couldn't get behind any of the decisions that they made. Like, why didn't they put any, like, Pocahontas? Like, they could have had Flit or Miko from Pocahontas. Like, that would have been cool, especially since you're doing all these sidekicks. And you can be Pocahontas at Animal Kingdom, so I feel like that's a missed opportunity.
For me, I think for mine, my pick for Animal Kingdom would be Simba. I think he's one of the few main characters they actually did, which is why I picked him. I was kind of disappointed, like Nacy said, that there's not very many main characters. There's a lot of sidekicks. So I feel like Simba is one of the main characters. I love the Lion King show. So if you're ever at Animal Kingdom, that is definitely a must-do, is the Lion King show. It's probably one of the coolest shows on property, in my opinion, and one of the best ones to go to. So that's kind of why I picked it. And he really is, the Lion King is a huge sort of piece of Animal Kingdom for me. And I think that's kind of one of the big pieces for the park too. So
yeah,
that's why I picked Simba.
Agreed. Is there any characters that you wish they would have done at any of the parks that are missing? Or maybe somebody you wish that you could have, that they did, that was maybe like a close.
I feel like if you're gonna do a Star Wars character, I feel like Luke Skywalker or Anakin Skywalker should have been in there, since the Star Wars that they've told so far is the Skywalker story. So to not have a Skywalker there is a little bit disappointing to me. From a cartoon perspective, Genie. I would have liked to see the Genie there from Aladdin. But once Genie Plus comes out, the whole reputation of the Genie's going to be super tarnished. And I really feel like Genie, they're doing disrespect to Robin Williams. I guess somewhat Will Smith too. But they're just taking the Genie. So that's, I would say, the cartoon one, Genie. If it was live action, definitely Luke Skywalker. What about yourself?
Little Mermaid, probably. Like, there's
Ariel?
no Ariel.
Or Ursula. I love
Ursula, yeah. There's actually no villains.
Yeah.
In any of the statues, which I feel like, I understand, like, villains have quote unquote like a negative connotation, whatever, but they still build the story. They're still part of the story. They still make the story. So,
well, I feel like they should have done 50 statues to start with. Even if you're going to do multiples in one statue, to me that doesn't count as 50. That counts as 36. So to me, there's 36 of them. There's not 50. And so that means you have 14 more statues that you could have done, characters. And I think that a villain would be nice.
Yeah, it almost feels like they cheaped out on us for this
Chapek's
50th.
Disney cheap out? Whoa. He didn't Chapek it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hashtag cheap Chapek. So yeah, I was a little disappointed. I feel like they definitely could have done a lot more with this. I mean, I'll take it for what it is, and hopefully we'll get to make a trip out there in the next year, because it's going to go all through 2022, and we can go take a look at these statues in person.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them. I'm like I said, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I am excited to see the statues that we got. So that kind of concludes our list of our sort of one best in each park, a little bit, here and there too. And so,
yeah, if you guys have a favorite statue that you like, let us know. Or if there's a statue that you guys wish that they did too, that they didn't throw in.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm curious to know, like, who are your favorite characters, and who do you feel really helped contribute to the 50 years of Walt Disney World? Because that's what it's all about, is like what made the 50th of Walt Disney World, like what really contributed to that. So let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe.
And we will see you guys in our next